It's been a prevalent thing recently about gym content or wanting to work out and wanting to look good. And I honestly feel like that's a really great thing because a lot of people in our time look a lot better than they did maybe like 50 years ago, right? Because there's so many new techniques like guasa or whatever, this and that helps you to look better, and facial exercises, working out, whatever, right? I think what needs to be criticized and worked on is a gym mentality, though. I mean, like maybe 20 years ago, right? Working out was something not everybody did. Hence, maybe a lot of the skinny guys in 2010s or skinny jeans. Maybe that's why they got popular. But before then, working out wasn't like oh, you have to do it kind of thing to look good. Right? No, it was like maybe one person every 20 people did it, and they looked good, right? They loved it. They absolutely did. Like they did it to because they loved what it was. But now it seems like, oh, if you're not in the gym or you don't work on it consistently every single day, then suddenly, you'll never find a person to love or something like that, right? I'm not saying it's absolutely true because at the end of the day, I wouldn't like be the person to know it be all, no. But what I seek to address is that I think people should shift away from the mentality that, oh, I have to work out to be able to date, and move toward the idea that maybe working out was just a fun as a hobby, right? Because, I mean, not specifically targeting anybody, but I mean, I've been in, I've experienced a culture where it's been like, oh, if you don't do this or you don't do that, and you don't have an insane jawline, I mean, I don't, right? But if you don't have an insane jawline, oh, you will never find a girl, or you will never find a guy, or whatever matches your interest, right? But I feel like maybe at some point it might like change the actual meaning of happiness, right? Because I gotta say, everybody has their own niches, right? Everybody likes their own thing. That's what makes everybody different. But then when suddenly a majority of the population decide they all like one thing, does it stay as a does it become a trend, or is it actually like a hobby? I feel like it's bastardizing a glorious thing, right? Say, I mean, I don't think it's possible that every person likes working out, and they don't, right? But I feel like a majority of the people who, go out, date, and whatever, will focus going on the gym for the sole purpose of chasing, hotter people, which I think is valid too. But pushing people who maybe are not in that mindset to do that kind of thing, I feel like is a bit questionable on us, right? I mean, I certainly agree. I wouldn't exactly want to date like, you know, I wouldn't exactly want to date. I mean, see, if you had to pick between like Megan the Fox and Lizzo, right? I'm not saying this as a critical point of view, but I would say a majority of people pick Megan the Fox because she works on her looks. I'm not saying Lizzo doesn't, but what's accepted commonly nowadays, I think, is like a slim figure and not absurd body proportions, right? I'm not saying Lizzo is fat. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's a certain body type that's promoted with every generation, and by having our standards set to the extreme every time, it kind of limits the freedom and the uniqueness of the individual, which I think is important, you know, because a society is made up of a bunch of different people, right? And I think at some point, working out evolved from a hobby to a mob mentality, because I mean, if one person does and the next person doesn't do it, oh, maybe they're undisciplined, or maybe they lack effort, right? I'm not saying this is 100% true in every case, right? And I'm not saying the most qualified, because I'm not the best looking guy out there. I know this, but I mean, I like to work out because I like feeling strong. And I feel like people who promote like glow up courses, or you have to look better, or this and that kind of thing, I really feel like it's demeaning towards people who maybe can't access that kind of effort. But I understand that there's the idea of, oh, if you really wanted to do it, then you would do it, right? But I feel like that's not being empathetic enough to everybody, right? Because everybody has their own situations, everybody has their own problems. You can't really force an idea on others and then ask them to pay. I mean, I would say I have a bit of an eating disorder, right? When I get stressed, I'd eat because that's what I like to do, right? But then at some point I notice myself and look in the mirror and be like, oh damn, I really don't look that good. My skin's all messed up. My pores are all, clogged. My face is puffy. And then I'll look at the next guy over there, like King Henry or something, right? And I'll be like, damn, that guy is hot. I want to look like him. And that urgency is what kind of inspires like the need for something, right? And that urgency also kind of pushes people to buy courses that are $50 because they promise, like, oh, I'll make you look hot. I mean, at the end of the day, they do look hot, right? But it's easily accessible information that you don't need to pay $50. And I feel like those who profit off of it are a bit questionable in their ideals, right? It's kind of like, say, a celebrity promoting their beauty product, right? I'm not, like, my view of this is a little limited because I can't give you a male product, but I do know that maybe like Kylie Jenner promotes her makeup brand, or whatever celebrity does a brand deal with this, right? I mean, I get it, right? You want to look like them because, I mean, they're obviously hot, right? And who doesn't want to feel hot? But by promoting a kind of perspective that, oh, by preying on those who are desperate to look better, or are desperate for attention, and then using them for monetary value, is like, I don't know, it's like placing a homeless guy on the street, making him beg for cash, and then basically taking all his money, right? Like, the homeless guy can barely survive, and he's doing everything he can to survive, and then there's just some guys that walk around just taking money straight from the cup. And I think that's rather unfortunate, right? Because especially from these super model looking people, I would think like, oh, maybe, to some degree you are better than us in your looks, right? And you can captivate much more people than I can, for example. Like, if I looked at you in the eyes, and maybe some other model kid, like, can't think of any celebrity at the moment, but imagine if they looked at you and I looked at you. Obviously, I mean, based on pure looks alone, the person who works on their looks the most, or is the most genetically gifted, will be picked a majority of the time, right? I mean, depends on what they think, but strictly on appearance, the more attractive person will be picked. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I feel like those who are naturally gifted at something should, be willing to help, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the smartest, right? But I've been able to help tutor other people, and I do get money in return, but that's because it's our job, right? I do it to help other people at the end of the day, right? I mean, I guess you could say those workout people, they do the same thing, but at some point I feel like they promote an unhealthy mindset. Because I tell you, right, from a tutor point of view, I'm gonna charge you $20 an hour, but I'll do my best to teach your kid to do this X and Y amount of stuff, right? But then maybe compared to fitness creators, they'll be like, oh, you're stupid, you're garbage, you're nothing. I will help you become the best. You only need to follow this. If you do follow this, you'll become like me. Right? That I think that like leading somebody on is both negative and unhealthy. Cause I mean, at the end of the day, you're using like a piece of cheese to lure a mouse, a starved mouse. Right? I mean, this is all I can offer at the moment, and if whoever watches this video, I hope you take this into mind, and I hope you grow a little bit as a person and understand that maybe not everything is healthy, but I want you to stay safe. I want you to be happy, and take care of yourself. If you like my message, maybe subscribe. But if you don't want to, that's completely fine. I hope to not educate, but create a space where genuinely you can feel like your opinion is expressed on the internet, especially in such a new wave and new generation of these crazy things, right? I hope you can find peace in some of my videos and you enjoy them. And thank you for watching.